So I'm only gonna do a chit chat because I gotta put my nose to the grindstone tomorrow, and I have to go take care of some shit because Echo forgot to sign up for graduation. And I have been trying, but I have been going through the wrong thing. I went through all this shit, so now I have to take obituaries to school. And y'all know I've been dealing with some deaths, and I have 3 obituaries. I don't have the fourth obituary because I don't have express mail to get it from my cousins who went to Alabama and buried my uncle. So I gotta take these obituaries to school, and I applied for graduation. So it's more than likely I will graduate, but I probably won't walk, and they'll probably hold me over until 2023, which I'm okay with, because I know and everybody else will know that I did graduate, which is the most important part. So I'm gonna turn my homework in and stuff tomorrow, because tomorrow is well, technically it's today, it's the 26th. So I should be able to get my social analysis paper in. I just gotta redo something. I forgot what the hell I had to do, but I need to do it. I think leadership structure. I need to do that. So we're gonna have a chit chat, and I don't want to get too controversial, but I do need to do this because even though I've done it before, I need to do it again. All right. So this is for all the young black men. All right. I know you look at me and say, but you're not black. You look more Mexican than black. Well, that would be because of my native heritage. But this is important. All right. This is very important. And it's more than likely I'm probably going to piss you off more than I'm going to help you. And that's going to be a you problem because here's the facts of life. I'm 49 years old. Too many people have fought and died for young black people, specifically you men, straight men like me, men in general, to not call yourself the N word. Alright? Not gonna say it here. I try my best to not say it at all. Why can't y'all introduce yourselves as, "What's up, my brother?" Or, "Hey, bro, how's it going?" Or, "What's up, dude?" Instead of, "What's up, my N?" And I'm sick and tired of that because the same young black men will go to war if a white person or an Asian person calls you that word. Yet you call yourself that word, and don't think that this is why they call y'all this word, because you're giving them full acknowledgement to call you that word. Now, most of y'all are going to come at me and say, "Nah, Echo, you wrong." Am I? Am I? See, I'm a Generation X. And in today's world, I got to deal with you young people and your bloody pronouns, which is forced upon us, which is bullshit. You don't have the right to force that upon us, just like we don't have the right to force you to not use them. I don't personally have a problem with what a person identifies with and who the fuck they sleep with. It's not my fucking business. But if you have a problem with me identifying you by the name you were given by your parents, this is a clusterfuck. Alright? Totally not about that video, though. I will have to make that video again one day. This video is about young black men, regardless of your lifestyle, regardless of what community you fall in. You need to stop using the N-word. I know y'all so used to it and it's cool and everything and all that, but you need to stop using the N-word. There's too many men of color have been murdered and beat up and other things to not be called that in the generation before mine. And in my generation, we fought against that word too. You so-called people who are embracing that, you're embracing ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to piss you off, but you're embracing ignorance. Alright? I don't like being called half-breed. I don't like being called impure. That doesn't change the fact that somebody's going to call me that. But I am not going to subscribe to calling myself something that makes me feel bad. Now, if I have to identify, like, because of pronouns, if I have to identify, it's like, well, what do you identify as? I say, yo, I got 3 races to choose from. What do you think I identify as? I identify as mixed, period. But for all acting purposes, I now identify as native, But I am part native. I am part black and I am part white. I do not cut out my other two cultures. It's just that James Williams Jr. for 21 years was not getting any acting work. So now, for the next 21 years, Echo Fang Grey Wolf has no choice. I have to succeed. Period. I have to succeed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to succeed. Nobody's opening doors for me. And my family damn sure ain't helping. No, not even remotely supporting me in this shit at all. But when they need something, I'm the first person they call, which really pisses me off because I needed like 40 some odd years of my life back that I'm never going to get back at 49 years old. I'm tired of taking care of people and not taking care of me. At some point in another lifetime, family's going to have to grow up and realize, yo, y'all grown. Handle it your goddamn self. Stop coming to Echo for this shit. You need to do it yourself. You got yourself into the situation, get yourself the fuck out of it. Period. But as far as young black men, why do you feel the urge to identify yourself as the N-word? And on the flip side of that coin, the second someone of a different ethnicity or a non-person of color calls you that, you ready to go to war. But you're not looking at the big picture. If you identify yourself as that, they are going to identify you as that too. Ignorance begets more ignorance. And you may not think about that shit when y'all high-fiving. What's up? What's up? Shoot the hoops. What's up? Inward, 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 inward. My two nephews, this is specifically for you because every time you open up your mouths, you say the N-word. And you've addressed me as the N-word on more than one occasion, and since you're not mine, I keep my hands off you. But deep down inside, I wanted to grab you by your freaking neck and squeeze it till your head pops off because my name is Echo Fang Grey Wolf. My government name is James Williams Jr. And you can call me by either one of them. But damn it, you will not address me as my N-word. Period. Because I don't play that shit. Alright? Now if it's in a movie and they want to be authentic and I got to use this damn word, y'all can pay me. I'm sorry. Y'all can pay me. Because that word is very, very bad. Of all the things that I can say, I would rather cuss with every cuss word combination on the planet than use that N-word. That N-word has caused me a lot of problems in life. Alright? I've lost a lot of white friends in life for an incident that happened back in like the 4th fucking grade because a girl called me that. And me being, I'm not a snitch, she got all my friends. She got a busted lip, but she got all my white friends. Every day after that, none of my white friends really spoke to me unless they had to. Like school projects and shit where you kind of gotta work with somebody. That was the only time they spoke to me. My two best friends, Josh and Rebecca, they both moved to Roanoke. So wherever y'all are, here's the truth. You know, I know I should have probably not waited for 40 some odd years to say it, but she called me the N-word. And her name was Jennifer. She talked like Lady J from G.I. Joe, and I bust her fracking lip. I didn't mean to do it. Like, I didn't have the intention of doing it, but I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. She was the first person who ever called me that to my face that was white. I did not want to hit her, but I had no control over my reflexes. It happened in a Thanos snap. Because we were at the playground arguing. Technically, we was on the hill. We hadn't even got to the playground. And she looked dead at me. I don't even know why it happened, but we got to arguing. And she looked me dead in my face and said, James, and I don't know where my left hand was at, but I know I heard a scream, and I saw blood on my knuckle, and I saw blood run down her mouth. I never hit another girl in my life unless she was kin to me because the girls in our family fought like us boys did. Because that's just what we did. But when they came running over and she's screaming and holding her mouth, even the teacher looked at me and was like, why'd you hit her? Why'd you hit her? Two things. One, we never used that word in our house. And we lived in the projects. We never used that word. And because we're mixed, we really didn't use that word at all. If you look at a picture of my mom's white passing. We never used that word in this house. Not this house, but in the projects. We never used that word. Never used that word. When we moved over here, we didn't really use that word. Even though we listened to all the rap music, Ghetto Boys, Public Enemy, Sister Soldier. LL never used that word that I can recall. We listened to him. Kumo D. I don't remember him using that word. Sugar Hill Gang. Lots of people that we listen to rarely use that word. And if they did, I obviously missed it and have no clue what I'm talking about. But I know when I listen to LL, I never hear the N word come out of his mouth. When I listen to Will Smith, the Fresh Prince, never heard the N word come out of his mouth. So we can provide and thrive for our youth without using the freaking N word. Now, back to the story. I never told them that she called me that, which is why the teacher sent me to the office. The principal, Mr. Garrett, God rest your soul, because I don't know if you are alive or not, and I thank you because you gave me the courage to go ahead and say it. You know, because like I said, we never used that word in our house. Then I got in trouble for using that same word against my favorite uncle, and it took everything for him not to beat my ass. So I never used that word after that. And we never use that word in the projects. We never, ever, ever use the N-word. Not inside the house, not outside the house. My nephews, they use it all the time. Just these two specific nephews. So to all you young men, if you are not willing to identify yourself as a person versus an ignorant slur, we fucked up and we have failed you. But I know for our side of the family, we never use that damn word. And I know I never used it. I can't say everybody in my family's never used it, but when we lived in the projects, we never used that word. We never used that fucking word. And I just don't understand why today's world, young people are still using that word. And I don't want to hear, oh, we're taking back our power. Are you? Are you? If you're identifying yourself as what says an ignorant person? There's no power in ignorance. Really, there is no power in ignorance. Don't let anybody tell you that there's power in ignorance. Now, they say ignorance is golden. Well, that depends on the situation. But there is no power in ignorance. Like me not knowing I was mixed native until the 5th grade. There was no power there. It got worse when I found out that I was native. Because now that gave my people one more thing to make fun of me of. Alright? Oh, the little half-breed kid is more than a half-breed. The little half-breed kid's part Tonto. Then I got to high school and it was, hey chief, what's up chief, all the damn time. I would never be a chief. I was lucky if I could classify as a scout back then. But I do know that I have wisdom. And I know that I got tired of not being called my name. And this is the thing when it comes to like pronouns and shit like that. My name has never been Chief. I do not call myself Chief Echo Fang Grey Wolf. That would be an insult on every tribe because I do not come from a royal bloodline to my knowledge. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell anybody. Because that's an honor that only can be bestowed on you by a tribe. But damn it, my damn name is not N-word James Williams Jr. N-word Echo Fang Grey Wolf. No. No. And for you young black people that are tuning in, I hope that I'm teaching you something. I'm hoping you want to take back your power? You want to take back your power? I'll give you the golden reference right here. There is no power in ignorance. Knowledge is power. So I'm dropping knowledge on you right now. I'm giving you power to identify yourself as your name. And if you want to go that extra step and go pronouns, you know, I am he, him, his. I'm pretty sure I got that all out of alphabetical order. A, E, I, O. Yeah, it might be in order. He, H-E, him, H-I, his, H-I-S. M is before S. You know what? Go with whatever you want when it comes to pronouns. Just don't come with me and try to tell me I need to call you by that when you have a fucking name. And your name's not the N-word. And your name's not he, him, his. Your name is whatever your parents named you, and that's what I'm going to call you. Again, irrelevant for this video. What is relevant is that if you are a man of color, whether you are black, Asian, or native, whatever you choose to call yourself, or whatever your ethnic background or your racial heritage is, I don't see Mexicans and Latins and Asian going around calling themselves and greeting each other with, I'm going to say it, so don't take it the wrong way. I'm not going to say it. But they're stereotypical names. They don't go around calling themselves WB. They don't go around calling themselves the S word. They don't go around doing that when they greet each other. Only black people do that, which makes us look stupid. And if I've offended you with that, then you're part of the fucking problem. Because if you don't look for a New York man and say, you know what, man, I think Echo might be right on that. Because every time I see a black person, we don't say, what's up, bro? We don't say, what's up, dude? The first thing we do is revert to the first damn ghetto assumption. Because it's not a ghetto assumption. I grew up in a slight ghetto. It won't like Brooklyn and all that shit. But a ghetto is a ghetto. It's a rough-ass neighborhood. But not all people in the ghetto use the N-word. Understand that shit. We lived in the projects for quite some time. We didn't use the N-word. And after I hit the girl in the mouth and Mr. Garrett made me sing like the canary, it's like, yo, you need to tell me what you've done. You've never been in trouble here in this school. What is the problem? She called me a bad word. I said, well, what bad word? You know, he's sounding off cuss words. Shit, fuck, damn, MF. You know, I'm sure he doesn't remember any of that shit, but I remember it. I remember it. And I told him it was more of a racial word. He's like, oh, say the word, son. I was like, no, I'm not allowed to say that word. Say the word, son. Not allowed. That went on for like 20 some odd minutes, maybe longer. And then I said the word. And he said, you should have just said that at the beginning. Go to class. And so I got to go back to class. But I couldn't ride the bus home because he had to make a phone call. So after school, I had to go sit back in the nurse's station or wherever the hell they set me. They separated us because Miss Bad Word Woman, Miss Jennifer, she had to go sit in a different room. And then the parents showed up. And like I said, my mama looks white. So Mr. Garrett had a discussion with our parents. And they looked at my mom and thought she was white. And said, well, this must be some kind of misunderstanding because this woman is white. And my mom was like, no, I'm not white. I am very much a black person. I'm just very light-skinned. And I don't think that your daughter should have been calling my son the N-word. It's like, you don't look black. And then Mr. Garrett chimed in, well, here's the thing. If you don't want your daughter to have another busted lip, you may want to keep her from using that word in public. And what you do at home, that's your business. But your daughter's fixing to get injured a lot if she comes across the right person. She got off easy with him, you know. And then we all went our separate ways, and it wasn't too long, but the girl never came back to school. And if she did, we were never in the same classes ever again. I went on to the 5th grade to learn that I'm part Native. Before that, I just thought I was black and white. Never dawned on me that I was part Native. Now let me explain the black and white part before people get a little twisted, because my mom is very, very light looking. I've lost her in a crowd of white people. Like literally twice since my dad died. I've lost her in a crowd of white people. I've never lost my dad in a crowd of black people. But I've lost my mom in a crowd of white people. Funniest shit ever. I talk about it a lot in some of these videos, and y'all can go watch it, but I literally lost my mom in a crowd of white people. I'll do a bonus video about that after this. When you identify who you are, or when you figure out who you are, what you are, things change. No. When I got into the 5th grade, and this is the last part of the video, I got into 5th grade, and we had Native American History Week, Black History Month, and Chinese New Year pretty much in the same damn time span, which was all in February. So Miss Conrad was busy trying to explain everything, and I don't even remember any Chinese kids being in the 5th grade with us. So we kind of cruised through that. But Black History Month was in February. Native American History, we had 2 weeks of that shit in February. I only got in trouble in the 5th grade. I think it was before the Challenger blew up when I got a piece of grass out the window. And it was like somebody's dad came in and did a presentation, and I put the grass in there and was passing it around, and I got busted. Other than that, I never got in trouble in school other than the year before with the N-word. Now, in between that time, Miss Conrad looked me dead in the face and said, you're going to carve the best canoe because you're Native. I was like, I'm not Native. I'm black and white. I'm not Native. And she's like, no, you're Native. You might not know it, but you're Native. So then I go home. I'm mad as hell because now I'm one more thing that I didn't need. I'm glad I found out, but I'm still one more thing I didn't need. So then I talked to my mom. I said, so Mom, are we Native? She's like, you got Native in you. I was like, Really? He's like, yeah. You know, your grandmother, my mother is part black, part native. Your grandfather is part white and part black, and my grandfather also was white presenting. He just looked like a white man with a tan. My mom was like a white woman with a tan. Now you understand why I got lost. Now on my dad's side, my dad's dad is black. My dad's mom is native. Her mom before her is native. Now we believe it's Cherokee, but since that's the go-to tribe on my reconnecting journey, I'm trying to figure it out. Because I might not be Cherokee. We could be Chickahoma, Chickamahama. I can't pronounce the shit. But anyway, it starts with a C, and I'm doing my research as we go on. But the bottom line is this. If you are a person, specifically a black person, stop identifying yourself with what's up my N-word. From now on, what's up my bro? Not what's up my ninja, not what's up anything remotely starting with a fucking N. Identify by your damn name. It's what you were given it for. That being said, I'm Echo Fangray Wolf. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Be seeing you.